Hello, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back to another episode of Squared Circle Speak. Whether you're a casual, a smart mark, or lifelong pro wrestling fans like we are, you're welcome here at Squared Circle Speak. I am Ryan. With me, as always, my co-host, my brother. Like I said, lifelong professional. We were watching wrestling in our diapers. It's the man of 1,000 holds, Nathan.
I may be not the man of 1,000 holds, but I may have 1,000 names that I thought won this cruiserweight title, and I was way off.
Yeah. So we are doing the complete history of the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Now we are going till it was unified with the Light Heavyweight Championship. We will not be doing the WWE Championship reigns. We will do that at some point. But we're just going until it was at Survivor Series when it was combined. So that is what we're doing. So all right. So then we have a total of 47 names. So not too many names here. I thought there was way more people that held this title than 47.
Yeah.
So the very first WCW World Cruiserweight Champion was Shinjiro Otani. He won it at Hyper Battle 1996 in Japan. This was a New Japan Pro Wrestling event. Otani beat Wild Pegasus in a tournament final to determine the first Cruiserweight champion. I don't remember that at all. This was March 20th, 1996. Did he ever have this belt on WCW television?
I don't think so. I think basically what happened was I think WCW decided they were going to do something with this cruise, they wanted like a Japanese style, and then so they created that over there, and then they just decided, we're going to call it like they decided instead of a Japanese style, they were just going to incorporate Lucha Libre and everything.
Yeah. All right, so then he would hold on to the title for 43 days. Some of these are not going to be right. There's days and there's days recognized. It's all confusing because they tape delay stuff. But I'm going to just go by how many days they actually held the title. Otani would hold on it for 43 days before dropping it on an episode of Worldwide on May 2nd, 1996 to Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko's first world champion. When you think Cruiserweight champion, I mean, this is one of the names you think of.
Yeah.
Is Dean Malenko. His first reign, like I said, Worldwide. That's a show you don't hear very often with title changes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like the only time Otani appeared. He just dropped it to Dean, and then
that might be the only title change in the history of Worldwide too.
It might be. I don't think there are very many. We might have more with the Cruiserweight title maybe later on, but I doubt it. So Dean Malenko's first reign would last 67 days, and then on an episode of Monday Nitro in the exact same place that he won the title, Lake Buena Vista, Florida, Rey Mysterio Jr. on July 8th, 1996 would win his first Cruiserweight Championship.
I did not know Rey Mysterio was the third heavy Cruiserweight champion.
I did not know that either, and I didn't look. This is going to throw me off because, yeah, I thought there were a lot more before Dean and Rey.
Yeah.
Wow. This is completely like blowing my mind already. We're 3 people in.
I feel like we're in an alternate reality right now.
I feel like because I thought for sure Jushin Thunder Liger held this title.
I thought Ultimo Dragon held this before Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I thought Jushin Thunder Liger was the first champion, but I guess that was a different title. And I don't know. So Rey's first reign would last 111 days. So that is currently the longest title reign. He would drop it back to Dean Malenko at Halloween Havoc 96 on October 27th, 1996 for Dean Malenko's second title reign. He would hold on to it for 63 days before dropping it at Starrcade December 29th, 1996 to Ultimo Dragon. This match was also for Dragon's J Crown Championship, which we have talked about before on this channel. Because I think we did. Yeah, I think the White Heavyweight, WWF White Heavyweight Championship was also a part of the J Crown at one point. So
yeah, so this match was technically for a WWF title and a WCW title. What a mind fuck.
uh, Ultimo Dragon would sadly only hold on to this title this time for 23 days before dropping it back to Dean Malenko at Clash of the Champions 34 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on January 21st, 1997. Dean Malenko's third reign would be 33 days. Dean Malenko is right now cleaning up the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah.
Dean Malenko would then drop the title at Super Brawl 7 to 6. Formerly known as the 1-2-3 Kid, or later known as X-Pac. 6 would have 125 days, so that is now currently the longest reign as champion. 6 would hold on to it, like I said, 125 days till June 20th, 1997 at Saturday Nitro.
The hell?
Which was a house show that was broadcast over the internet in 1997.
What in the world?
It was a house show in Inglewood, California, where Chris Jericho would defeat 6 to become Cruiserweight Champion. I did not know Jericho's reign came at a house show, essentially. That was an internet show. What? In 1997?
Yeah, and I thought Jericho beat Hoovy for it, or Ray. I didn't know he beat 6 for it.
Dude, did we remember? Dude, are we stupid or what is going on? I don't remember any of this.
I know.
All right, so Jericho's first reign would only last 30 days before he would drop it to Alex Wright on July 28th, 1997. Monday Nitro, Charleston, West Virginia. So Alex Wright beat Jericho. Don't remember that at all. Alex Wright would only hold on to it for 15 days. He would drop it back to Chris Jericho on an episode of Saturday Night, August 12th, 1997. This would be Jericho's second reign, and this one would last 29 days. He's a total of 59 days champion so far in 2 reigns. Eddie Guerrero would defeat Chris Jericho at Fall Brawl 97, September 14th in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This was not a very long reign either because it would only last 42 days before the epic showdown with Rey Mysterio at Halloween Havoc 97, one of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. This was mask versus title. If Rey lost, he would lose his mask. If you've never seen this match, you need to go watch it because this match was fantastic, by the way. Yeah. But I don't remember Rey's reign only lasting 15 days. Because what? Okay. Because on the November 10th, 1997 episode of Monday Nitro, Eddie Guerrero would regain the Cruiserweight Championship. Man, this title bounced around like a fucking basketball back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
How is there only 40-some champions? Because this title feels like we're just like
I know
crazy so far. We've only had 2 reigns that have been over 100 days.
Yeah.
All right, so Eddie is champion. Like I said, his second reign. He would hold on to it for 49 days. Ultimo Dragon would get his second reign as champion. He would win it on an episode of Monday Nitro in Baltimore, Maryland for his second reign. But don't hold your horses because Juventud Guerrero would defeat him only 7 days later on an episode of Thunder on January 8th, 1998 in Daytona Beach, Florida. We went 49. We went 10-7. We're just rolling through championships right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Ultimo Dragon held it for 10 days. Sorry. Juventud Guerrero would hold it for 7 days because on the January 15th, the next week episode of Thunder, Rey Mysterio Jr. would defeat Juventud Guerrero. And then only 9 days later, at Sold Out on January 24th, 1998, Chris Jericho would defeat Rey Mysterio and become the new champion. We had 3 title reigns in the month of January. None of them last. I mean, what in the world?
That's insane.
Jericho would have a decently long reign as he would hold on to it for 113 days. So this is where it gets a little confusing because technically he's recognized as a 143-day champion because this is when at Slamboree, Dean Malenko would win the title after wearing a mask earlier in the night as sequel pay to earn a title shot. But on the June 11th episode of Thunder, he would be stripped of the title. And so Jericho would regain the title on June 14, 1998, Great American Bash. He won by disqualification. So then at Bash at the Beach, Rey Mysterio Jr. would defeat Jericho for the title due to interference from Malenko. Jericho was returned the title the following night. So that was a lot just happened in these 3 title reigns here. So
yeah.
WWE recognizes Jericho as a 143-day champion because I don't know if they really recognize Dean Malenko's run there. But according to like the official, Jericho was 113, Dean Malenko was 25, Dean was then stripped, then Jericho won it back at the Great American Bash.
Okay.
So Jericho's on his 4th reign. This reign would last 55 days. And then at Road Wild in Sturgis, South Dakota, Juventud Guerrero would defeat Chris Jericho for his 2nd reign. Dean Malenko was the special guest referee in this match. So I would assume he kind of screwed Chris Jericho out of the title. Juventud Guerrero's 2nd reign as champion would only last 37 days because on an episode of Monday Nitro, Billy Kidman, September 14th, 1998, would get his 1st reign as champion. He would hold it 63 days. He would drop it back to Juventud Guerrero on November 16th, 1998, on a Monday Nitro for Juventud Guerrero's 3rd reign. But this would only last 6 days because at the pay-per-view World War III, Billy Kidman would win it right back on November 22nd, 1998. Jesus Christ. When are these long title reigns coming in? Because we've only got like 20 more reigns to go, and we're only into 1998.
I know. This company's got almost 3 years to go here.
And then we got some time in WWE.
This is crazy.
Billy Kidman, well, this is one. Billy Kidman would have a 113-day reign on Monday Nitro, March 15th, 1999, in Cincinnati, Ohio. Rey Mysterio Jr. would become champion for the 4th time. On April 19th, 1999, after 35 days, Rey would be defeated by Psychosis in a 4-way match, also involving Blitzkrieg and Juventud Guerrero. There you go. Psychosis. I didn't know he had a reign, honestly.
He had a reign?
I mean, I thought he did, but, didn't realize he beat Rey Mysterio for it in a 4-way. But this reign, sadly, would last a week. Because the next week, on April 26, 1999, Rey Mysterio Jr. would defeat Psychosis in a 1-on-1 match in Fargo, North Dakota. Jesus.
When I think cruiserweight title matches, I think Fargo.
I didn't know any wrestling show ever went to Fargo, North Dakota. God damn. You could fill that place and have the entire population of North Dakota come. Probably only be a couple thousand. Sorry to anyone living in North Dakota. I don't know why I just took a random shot at you.
Just lost all our North Dakota fans.
Oh, I'm sure all 2 of them were upset. All right, so Rey Mysterio would hold on to it for 115 days in his 5th reign. He would lose it to Lenny Lane on August 19th, 1999, on an episode of Thunder. Wow.
Did you know Lenny Lane held it?
I mean, I remember him holding it briefly, but I don't realize. I didn't realize he beat Rey Mysterio of all people. This was unmasked Rey Mysterio, though, so this wasn't cool.
Yeah.
So then Lenny Lane would be stripped. The title would be vacated because Turner did not approve of Lenny Lane's homosexual gimmick. Lenny Lane's official reign would end after 46 days. They actually let him hold it for a while, too. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember him holding over a month. So then, on an episode of Nitro, October 4th, 1999, Psychosis was just awarded the championship. That's the best way to win a title. Someone just hands it to you. But the same day, Disco Inferno would defeat Psychosis and become champion. So Psychosis is a 2-time Cruiserweight champion for a grand total of 7 days and probably about 4 minutes. Wow.
Yeah.
Disco Inferno would be a 48-day champion. We have talked about Disco in the past. We did a wrestler spotlight on him. If you want to know more, you can watch that video. He would end on November 21st, 1999 at Mayhem, which was on my list of favorite pay-per-view names. He would drop it to Evan Courageous. This is when WCW went fucking nuts. Evan Courageous would hold on to it for 28 days before dropping it at Starrcade. Do you remember who this is, Nathan? Starrcade 99. Do you remember who beat Evan Courageous for the championship?
Evan Courageous. I'm gonna go with oh, what was that guy's name? Prince IK.
Oh, you're already wrong. It's not old man. Medusa would defeat Evan Courageous to become Cruiserweight champion.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, she would hold on to it for 28 days. Oh shit. Before she dropped it at Sold Out 2000, January 16th, to Oklahoma. Which if you don't know,
they're in the crap right now.
If you don't know the Oklahoma gimmick, this was Ed Ferrara's Jim Ross making fun of Jim Ross's gimmick. Why this ever happened, I have no idea. This was the genius that Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara brought to WCW, by the way. But Ed Ferrara would only hold on it for 1 day because the next night in Evansville, Indiana, it would be vacated because Oklahoma weighed too much.
So wait a minute. Did he weigh too much when he won it?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man. He beat a woman for it, and then they realized he weighed too much, so they stripped him of it.
Logic.
So then a tournament was held at Super Brawl 2000 on February 20th in Daly City, California. The Artist defeated Lash LaRue in the tournament final. Yeah. So there's the Artist. There's Prince Iakea. The Artist would hold on to it for 39 days before he dropped it at a house show to Billy Kidman for his third reign. 1 day later, the Artist would beat him back. And then 2 days later is when they did the stupid Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff vacated all the championships. So what was the point?
Yeah.
So then at Spring Stampede, tournaments were held and all this stuff. And they had a 6-man match between Crowbar, Lash LaRue, Shannon Moore, Juventud Guerrera, The Artist, and Chris Candido. And Chris Candido would win and become Cruiserweight champion.
Wow.
On April 16th, 2000.
Who saw that coming?
Oh, it gets worse. On Monday Nitro, May 15th, 2000, Crowbar and Daphne would become co-champions. You ask how this happens. Well, they defeated Chris Candido and Tammy Lynn Sitch in a mixed tag team match where I assume the rule was whoever got the pinfall became champion, and they probably got a pinfall at the exact same time. So they were like, oh, even though only one person is legal, we're just going to have them be co-champions.
Makes sense.
This lasted a week. Because the next week on Monday Nitro, Daphne defeated Crowbar to become champion. Now, I don't know how that happened. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a
So whatever. So Daphne would hold on to it for 15 days. She would drop it to Lieutenant Loco, who was Chavo, on June 6, 2000. This was Chavo's first reign as champion.
His name was Lieutenant Loco.
And it came as Lieutenant Loco. He never won it before. What the fuck?
That's insane.
This was June 6, 2000 on an episode of Thunder. This is this was a three-way dance also involving Disco Inferno. Dude, Daphne, Lieutenant Loco, and Disco Inferno in a three-way match. I go June 6th Thunder. June 6th, 2000 Thunder. I gotta find that match.
Yeah.
I bet it lasts like 6 minutes.
I bet it lasts less than that.
Yeah. Then Lieutenant Loco would hold on to it for 55 days before he dropped it to Lance Storm on July 31st, 2000. This is when Lance Storm was holding all the belts almost. Lance Storm would hold on to it for 14 days before he just awarded the championship to Elix Skipper. Again, heck of a way to win a title. Elix Skipper, this was in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, on an episode of Monday Nitro. Skipper would hold on to it for 49 days. Listen to this match.
Oh, boy.
Elix Skipper would drop the title to Mike Sanders because Sanders and Kevin Nash defeated Skipper in a handicap powerbomb match.
Oh, my God. What the hell is that?
What the fuck is happening in this? Oh, 2007. Oh.
What was a handicap powerbomb match?
I just assumed the first person to hit a powerbomb, and Sanders just was the commissioner at the time, and so he brought out Kevin Nash. So then Mike Sanders would hold on to it for 63 days. On December 4th, 2000, on an episode of Thunder. And you notice they never, the whole like year of 2000, this title barely changed hands on pay-per-view. It was just Nitro and Thunder.
Right.
Chavo Guerrero would have his second reign as champion, as he would defeat Mike Sanders. Chavo would go on to hold on to it for 104 days. And then on the very last WCW pay-per-view, Greed, Shane Helms would defeat Chavo Guerrero to become the last WCW champion, Cruiserweight champion. Obviously, the belt would continue on in WWF for a little bit, so we will talk about those 3 reigns. But Shane Helms would hold on to it for 107 days. So then, obviously, like, I think the next day, like, WWF purchased WCW. Like it wasn't too long after this. So,
yeah.
So then he would hold on to it for a while, never really defend it because it was between WWF and WCW. On an episode of SmackDown, Billy Kidman would defeat Shane Helms to become champion for the 4th time. It would be a 27-day reign before X-Pac would defeat him on an episode of Raw. This is technically X-Pac's second championship. The light heavyweight title was also on the line, but it was not the unification match. Billy Kidman would then beat him back after 71 days as X-Pac as champion on October 9, 2000 on an episode of SmackDown. This would be Billy Kidman's 5th reign. And then that is it because Billy Kidman would go on to defeat whoever. I don't remember who the light heavyweight champion was at this time. Whoever the last champion was.
Right.
And I don't remember who that was. We did a title history on it, and I am completely it was X-Pac. Okay, well, they just had a rematch for the
There you go.
He would defeat X-Pac, and then it would just basically become the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. So technically, it's a different title. So we were going to end it there. We will eventually do the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, the first one. Then we might do the second one. So the longest official reign under the WCW banner would be Jared 6. 125 days is the officially longest one reign in WCW Cruiserweight Championship history. Crazy. That's it. The longest reign is only 100 and some days.
Yet there's only 40 something champions.
Yeah.
That don't even add up.
Right? I feel like, well, there was a lot of times where it was stripped and then vacated, and then they had like a long time in between vacated and a new champion. So, there was a little bit of time there, but it doesn't add up. It really, I mean, I guess technically it was only a belt from 96 to 2001. So
that's 5 fucking years.
Yeah. Yeah, 47 reigns in 5 years. Yeah, like I said, then it becomes the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, so we will talk about all that, or the WWF and then WWE. But we don't want to go through all that because technically I don't consider it the same belt. I think WWF technically does, but I don't consider it the same.
So overall, Ryan, what are your thoughts on the Cruiserweight Championship?
Well, the Cruiserweight Championship to me was always my favorite. Like a lot of my favorites in WCW, this Ray, Dean, Eddie Guerrero, Jericho, Ultimo Dragon. This was my favorite belt because it was the high flying, crazy action. A lot of my favorites held it. So I have fond memories of the Cruiserweight Championship. Obviously, I don't remember it too well, but I have fond memories of Cruiserweight Championship matches. Like I said, Ray and Eddie is one of the best matches ever. Also, Jericho and Dean had a really good match. So, I mean, you look back and a lot of the great people were Cruiserweight champion, but it also was a hindrance, I feel like, because people were labeled a Cruiserweight and they never really could break out of that. Like Eddie and Ray and Jericho, like they really couldn't break out of the Cruiserweight label that they had in WCW.
All right.
So, but yeah, I always enjoyed the Cruiserweight Championship. It was one of my favorite. I think the belt, the design of the belt, I really enjoyed. The Cruiserweight Championship is one of the. I always liked the way it looked. I don't know why, but it was just a cool. It was a cool belt, and then I like that WWE basically kept almost the exact same design when they made it. So, like I said, we'll do that one later. But I don't remember apparently too many of these championship reigns because looking back at this, I don't remember much of it. So,
all right, if you like this episode of our championship histories, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we upload another episode of Championship Histories. And we will see you next week on Squared Circle Speak.
And real quick, if you have any title history you would like us to do, leave them down in the comments. Someone did want us to do the Mid-South Heavyweight Championship. We might do that at some point, but it will be like an hour long video. So if we ever have the time and the energy to do that, we might do that eventually. But that title has 500 people hold it, so I don't know if we ever will get to that. But we might. But if you have any suggestions for any title in the history of professional wrestling, as long as there is a list of champions on Wikipedia or Cage Match or somewhere on the internet, I can do it. So it could be an independent company, wherever. If there's a list out there of all the champions, we'll do it on here. So if you have some obscure championship you want us to do, let us know in the comments. And like Nathan said, we will see you next week on Squared Circle Speak.